Welcome back to Mountain Connections. Right now, we are going to speak about the all-new documentary film right now on Disney Plus called Stuntman. Joining us live is Stuntman Eddie Braun, followed by director Kurt Mattila, all about this exciting film. Let's start with Eddie. Now, you have been a stuntman for 3 decades. How does it feel to now have this documentary film where you are focusing on one of your biggest stunts ever?
Hi, Christine. Thanks for having us. It feels weird being the subject. I'm usually the face you don't see, so I'm very out of my element right now, and it feels terrifying, actually.
It's interesting that feels terrifying after having done, as I mentioned, so many years of really big stunts. It's amazing you're still alive, actually. So it's interesting that this is what you're scared of, is having the focus be on you, because usually people don't even see you. You're there, but really behind the scenes. So what made you decide to be a stuntman?
Well, first of all, Christine, you have to understand there is very good reason I am a stuntman and not an actor, because I'm just out of my element with that sort of thing. But it feels great. Evel Knievel inspired me as a child to become a stuntman. So for me, internally, how fitting would it be to finish the dream of my hero?
And Kurt, you're the director of this film. Tell me a little bit about how you approached it and what we're going to see when we tune in.
Well, all I can say is if you like action films, if you like superhero movies, and you're curious to see the emotionally intense, real-life, unscripted version of one of those, then that's what you're going to see in Stuntman. It is a feature documentary where I was honored to follow my friend Eddie as he goes on this odyssey to fulfill the dreams of his childhood hero. And I was just thrilled beyond belief of the results of the film, that we have an ending that everyone loves. And it was a passion project for us, and we were just willing to put it all on the line to get this film made. And we're just, after 7 years, just thrilled that audiences will finally be able to see it this Friday.
And Kurt, it's good news to hear that it ended on a good note, that a way that everyone was pleased with. Are you worried as you approach something like that? You have no idea how this is going to turn out. So as a director, are there a lot of nerves and anxiety on set?
Absolutely. I mean, making a documentary I discovered this is my first documentary. It's a very terrifying process to not know if this film is going to have an ending or how it's going to turn out. You can't turn to the back of the script and know that, hey, we're going to shoot this ending on this day. We better get ready. So just going on this journey, not really knowing how it's going to turn out was just alarming. But once it was all shot and it started to come together in the editing room, we did some early test screenings with some friends and family, and the response was overwhelmingly positive. And we finally realized we had something. And so again, just thrilled that it all came together. It was, 7 years. So we're really glad it all kind of shaped up.
And we were showing a clip from the film, which is a scene of where, Eddie, you are rolling a car and it explodes. Tell me a little bit about what's happening in this clip.
Well, I was doing a stunt. It's a fairly common stunt in the stunt world. It's called a cannon roll, where you're in a car with a bomb, and when you hit a certain mark, you trigger a device which causes an explosion and sends the car flipping down the road. We do that so you don't see any kind of a ramp in the road. So it's called a cannon roll, and I've done far too many of them in my career. I don't think I'll ever do another one.
Well, that's good to hear, because we cut right before you see the people that come up to you to make sure you're okay, and you're okay, obviously, but it looks like you were knocked out for a little bit. You're a little confused. Is that normal after you do something like this?
Well, Christine, you have to understand, you trigger an explosive device. Basically, a bomb is right next to you. So you're a little shell-shocked for a second. And that's if everything goes right. So it takes a moment. I mean, you're not totally out of it, but it does ring your bell a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like definitely a natural consequence of that stunt. When you look back on your time as a stuntman, is there any one stunt that stands out to you?
No, not really. I take things in context of productions, films. Films stand out to me, but the actual stunts really don't, because you just do so many of them, you can't possibly keep track of them.
And Kurt, I have a few moments left. Anything else that we need to know as we get ready to watch this exciting film?
Well, I think in addition to seeing Eddie's journey to complete this stunt, we're going to get a window into an often unseen world, which is the stunt community. And I think you'll learn right away that they get hurt all the time making some of these sequences for us to enjoy. You know, when we look at Hollywood films, we have this weird suspension of disbelief that, like, oh, this is fiction. So no one's really getting hurt when they're flipping the car and activating a bomb, you know, for that one scene in Fast and Furious. But in fact, they are. But they're so committed to their craft, and their expertise prevents them from getting injured. So they're able to do these things despite the risk and come out the other side. And you know, hanging out with Eddie and learning that firsthand was really eye-opening for me, and I hope it's eye-opening for audiences alike.
Oh, I know it will be. It's an incredible film. Looking forward to seeing that. Everyone can watch it Friday, July 23rd. That's this Friday on Disney+. Thank you so much, Eddie and Kurt, for joining us. The film is Stuntman. We'll be back with more right here on Mountain Connections after this.